Hello and welcome. It's Susan Taylor Shire, and this is the treasure chest of you and your beautiful life. Here we are in the season of generosity and magic and miracles. We talk about Christmas and we talk about the Christmas miracle. They go together, don't they? Whether you celebrate Christmas outwardly or not, it still is a season of magic and miracles, and that's part of why it was designated to be this time. Yes, also because of the solstice time as well. So, how do we get to that place of magic and miracles? First of all, generosity of spirit is an incredible theme for this time of year, especially now, it seems, and this year, it seems. And I would say the first thing that you need to do is be generous with yourself. Be generous with yourself. Go beyond just, I need to do self-care and self-love. I need to be generous with myself. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you did a lot of shopping on Black Friday. It means that you are generous of spirit with yourself. This can relate to having more fire in your belly, a generosity of creation coming forward from you, feeling alive in yourself, being generous with giving yourself permission to be fully alive. It can also mean generosity of spirit in relationship to those parts of you that come up that are feeling things deeply. Be generous with that. Be patient with that. Be considerate of that in what it is that you are bringing forth. Now, I know it's been a very emotional time because of the lunar eclipse going into the solar eclipse, and now we're going into the solstice, and we're right after the cusp of the 12-12-21 gateway. Man, there's no shortage of energy coming in our way, right? So generosity of spirit is receiving all of this and saying yes to what's coming in and yes to the transformational process. There's always, I find, a light at the end of the tunnel. Whenever I'm feeling I'm in a tunnel and there's something I'm needing to expand and open and integrate, I remember, yes, when it feels dark and contracted and dense and oh my God, here we are again in this place of feeling like I won't be taken care of, or whatever it happens, the flavor happens to be. When I'm in that place, I'm like, yes, I remember the light at the end of this tunnel is brighter than ever. And it always is. We come out brighter after we've moved something out of the way and brought in more energy generously into that place that was in constriction. So remember that. Be generous with your transformational process with yourself. A few extra little self-hugs never hurts this time of year. So it reminds me also that, we're all creating our own reality. It's remarkable. I speak to one person and they're feeling lonely, another feeling isolated, another in overwhelm, another feeling like they are just got so much going, it's so creative, it's so phenomenal, another going, oh my God, I feel like I'm on the precipice of something new, but I don't know what it is. We're all in very different places. So there is no formula. And we often look to read something or whether it's astrological or from somebody that we respect, etc. I want to know what's going on so I know whether I'm in the right place at the right time. You are in the right place for you always. Always, always. It is your creation. That's what sovereignty is all about, is that sense of I'm creating my reality and this is what's true for me, and because of that I'm going to stay on this path. Now, sometimes it feels like you've been nurturing and feeding and watering so much of your spiritual growth, and nothing is happening. Well, this is a time for things to start to blossom and grow. We don't have to wait for the new year. We can start to feel the blossoming happening and listen to that in its quiet place, that the blossoming is happening. It's coming forward. You can feel it. It's part of that magic and miracles energy. It's like, oh, I can feel this thing that I've been wanting to manifest for so long, starting to get to the place of like, oh, yes, it's going to happen. And it may not be today, but it's going to happen. Hold close in your heart to that. Hold it close, because your intuitive wisdom is true. Now, you may have some other parts of you at that moment going, oh, it's not going to happen. You've been saying this forever, blah, blah, blah. Hold to that deeper place in your heart that goes, I can feel it. I can feel it coursing in my veins, getting closer. Put the magic, miracles, and generosity of spirit. Wrap it around. Embrace what it is that you are feeling in your creative dreams starting to come forward. And when you do that, it will take it to the next level. That's how the energy of magic and miracles happens. You bring the energy of magic and miracles to what you want to create. It's up to you to be that creator. That's where we come into creating our reality, right? It can seem like a curse. Oh my God, I have to create my reality, really? And it's totally up to me. Yes, isn't that great? So you just apply a little magic over here, a little miracle energy over here, and it will start to feel like you are in command of what you get to create. Now, I know sometimes we have difficulty with that because we have other people in our world, right? How do I create my reality when there are other people in my world? Let me give you two examples. I had the honor, I would say, the joy of going to see Trevor Noah. If you don't know who he is, you can look him up. He's a great comedian and a very conscious, intelligent person who works with current themes on something called The Daily Show. Go ahead and look it up if you don't know who I'm talking about. Anyway, he did a comedy special here in Los Angeles, and he's traveling all over America, United States. He set this tour up last May because he wanted to bring humor to this wonderful humanity here and lighten the load for everyone and let us laugh at ourselves, which is great, and laugh at the couple of years that we've been in, and we still are in, so to speak. It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous, so hilarious, and he's so, as I say, conscious, and he works with the current themes so beautifully. Keeps us lighthearted about everything. So I'm in a stadium of 17,000 people, and it reminded me again that, wow, I create my own reality, because I have had people say to me, how can you be with that many people? Aren't you empathic? Don't you pick up energies? How can you just sit with all those people, especially now? I'm creating my own reality. Do I need to put a bubble of protection around me? No. I'm very clear that this is my experience, and this is what I'm creating in my experience, and this is the magic, the miracle, the generosity of spirit, the creation energy that I am exuding in myself. Everyone else can have their experience. I'm having mine. This dimension of sovereignty is so helpful and so important, because we're in a world where everyone is creating their reality, and it's very different these days. So stay on the track of remembering I'm creating my reality regardless of anyone else. And then I can be in the sea of humanity and really appreciate it and love it. Because there was nothing like having 17,000 people laughing hilariously for 2 hours. I mean, that is an uplift. That is joy. And I said, yes, I'm creating the reality of the magnification of joy right now. I love that. I love that. And I love that it's my reality. You see how that works? Now, this also reminds me of some of the things that are going on right now with all of us saying, well, I'm creating my reality. Damn it. And we want others to be on the same page with us in our reality. It's not going to happen. As I mentioned, we all are unique pillars in the foundation of what we are creating collectively. When we talk about the new earth, we are unique creators for that foundation, that new earth. So we have to feel good about what it is I am creating, what you are creating. Each one is creating something unique and different, which creates a much stronger foundation. And learning how to work together with that is important. But if you find yourself creating your reality and you think you need a megaphone to tell everybody else, this is the way it needs to be, this is my reality, and you need to listen up, that's not creating your reality. That's trying to pull everyone into it to justify for yourself that your reality is valuable. Hold your reality valuable no matter what. And you hold it with guided assurance, with peacefulness. This is what's clear and true for me right now, and it may change. So remember, we're not trying to change anyone's reality to ours in order to give value to our reality. We know it for ourselves. So when you're having those conversations with relatives, friends, you name it, about everything under the sun, be sure to just stay clear in yourself. Be generous with yourself. This is my reality. When you are in your reality, then you respect others and say, I get that that's true for you. I get that. And this is what's true for me. And isn't a ripple on the water. There's a place for everyone and everything. Now, we're also learning to move into a year, 2022, that's about collaboration and cooperation. So we're going to have to learn how to work with others way more than we've done to this point in time. What does that mean for us? That means we have to be clear about what's true for us without trying to shove it down somebody else's throat. In the world, there's a summit going on that relates to working with keeping alive democracy versus the authoritative rule, right? And this is very important right now, because I looked up the word democracy and it didn't help me much, but really it's about collaboration, that we're all in this together. And there is a so-called governing body for democracy, but that is the will of the people, the collective, what we're doing in collaborative, co-creative generation versus authoritative nature, which is dictatorial. How do you help with creating more of a democracy and collaboration? You're clear in your reality, but you're not trying to shove it down the throat of somebody else to justify, again, your reality is okay. Or you have to listen to 6 YouTubes to say, see, so-and-so says what I'm saying is real, so it must be. You don't need to do that if it's guided assurance and you know what's true for you. So that is very important. And then you will start to feel that you can collaborate with others, even though we see things a little differently and we're in different places in our cycle. Okay, so much more I could talk about that's going on right now. I hope this can plant a few more seeds of clarity, wisdom, for you to gain your own guided assurance, to be generous of spirit with yourself, and then of course with others, absolutely, and allow the true heart-centered magic and miracles of this season to take hold for you. And when you find that's true and you're living in that, even if it's just a little bit at a time, while there's a wave of overwhelm going on, look for the magic, look for the miracles, and you will start to create them in the areas that mean everything to you. I am so with you in this season. And you can go to my website to see what else is brewing for 2022. I have a Soul Mastery spiritual coaching training starting in January. If you're interested to learn more about how to be a multi-dimensional coach and one who offers their services that all of you can participate in, every dimension of your beautiful soul. Also, there's 2 fantastic retreats coming, one in April in Georgia, the Blue Ridge Mountains of Georgia, again on my website, soulmastery.net, and then another one in September in Great Sedona. And there's going to be so much more that I have brewing to blossom. Stay tuned, and there will be many opportunities for everything for you. And don't forget that the Sacred Soul Circle is my monthly opportunity, bi-monthly opportunity for you to be with a community of souls that love what you love, and you get to have psychic reading and answered questions and guided journeys and beautiful things for a very low cost. It's your way to stay connected in simple but deep ways in areas that you value. Okay, I'm done for now. Have a brilliant, beautiful few weeks until we meet again in the magic and miracle space of abundance.